Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. You can see I'm sitting here in my turtleneck trying to get cozy. It was, I don't know, 60 degrees yesterday, rainy. And then it blew up a storm like crazy last night. Scared Pearl. She peed in the carpet. Just ferocious winds. And then the power went out for 45 minutes. And of course, 45 minutes is like the perfect time to get the house all organized with the generator. So, yeah. But the power came back on, which was good. So, anyway, I woke up this morning. I told Dennis, my vlog is going to hit a new low today because, well, we slept too late. We slept late, and he woke me up in the middle of a dream. Or his waking up with a start like, oh gosh, I was in the middle of a dream, so I could remember my dream. And I told Dennis, oh, this is going to be bad. I'm going to tell him my dream. He's like, oh, no, you can only give him a few seconds of your dream, and that's it. So you are being saved by his wise words and the fact that it's been an hour and a half since I woke up, and they lose their vividness or whatever. But supposedly a whole bunch of people were with me in what was supposedly my brother's house to attend a yarn festival, which never made it into my dream. It was just, like there, how it is. And the house wasn't my brother's house, although it was very messy. I was really stressed and I was really mean. None of you were there. I just want to make sure you understand. None of you were there. I didn't know anybody in that dream except my friend Marianne, who has been friends with for 40 years. And she doesn't knit, was there. I should call her, I guess. She's on my mind. But I was mean. Somebody was complaining, and just complaining. And of course I didn't really, whatever. I told her to leave. Then leave. You don't like it? Leave. I wasn't very nice. On one hand, I'm really glad you weren't there to see me in that condition. But on the other hand, I don't think it would have been played out like that if you guys were there. Anyway, we never got to any yarn festival. It was just in the house. So, yeah. I'm like, oh, things are hitting a new low, sweetie. I'm going to talk about my dream. But so yesterday, we went to the store and I knit. I knit yesterday. My arm is a little achy. Oh, I might use my new patches. Hold on. Carol suggested these. I had never heard of them. I've never used anything like this. But I was at the store yesterday, so I bought some. It looks like I got kind of small ones, but I think that's okay because it's really for my arm, like right here. And it's interesting because it feels different than it did before. So it's like my muscle. Like I haven't been using that muscle for months because I was worried about the tendon. And anyway, I might put one of these on and see if it helps. Like I said, it's an ache. It's not a pain. But I knit yesterday. I think I knit for like 4 hours. I couldn't believe it. I had talked a little bit about on Zoom call about my problems with listening to books in a house with 2 other people, because I read my books on my phone, and my phone doesn't have a jack for headphones headphones, and I don't use Bluetooth. And it's got a little dongle that you can put in the place where you plug it in to charge it, and that will turn it into, you know, but I don't know where that is, and it's a pain in the neck, blah, 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 blah. I'm just lazy. But anyway, last night, Aura went up. She usually stays downstairs till between 8 and 9. She stayed till 9 last night because we were watching All Creatures Great and Small, and I was knitting. And she went up, and I had gotten a book, on an audio book from the library, and I don't usually do that unless I'm going like to my parents or something like that. But it was an author that I was interested in, and they come in a little package like this. My guess is there's 20 in here because there are 3 packages and there's 60. So anyway, but I need scissors, and foolishly, I had scissors right here. I put them away. Cut open easily by hand. Take it back. So it was somebody that I was interested in. Oh, they're little, tiny, skinny, just little. All right. Well, I'm going to try this when I'm done. I was interested in reading, but I couldn't find. I think that book, to buy it was like $8 or more, $11. Some of them are $11. And I couldn't even put a hold on it. For some reason they had the audiobook, but not the regular. Anyway, I don't know. I got the audiobook, which I, you know, have trouble because of my situation. And I thought, well, you know, Aura goes up at 9 o'clock. I could just listen to a book every night for 2 hours and knit. Duh. Because Dennis, at that time of night, is in his office, and I'm in the living room by myself. There you go. So that's what I did. Interrupted by the power outage. These have a little bit of a scent. I can smell it on my hands, and I can smell it here. I'm gonna have to tape that closed anyway, just to keep it nice. Well, maybe I don't because it's not wet. Anyway, I can smell it, and it's funny. It smells like Smarties. You know, Smarties, this little roll of candies that are the cheap giveaway for Halloween. I like Smarties. Anyway, that's what it smells like, Smarties. That's funny. So anyway, I ended up knitting for 4 hours, and look at the progress I've made. Look at the progress I've made. I am getting so far down now that I'm soon not going to be able to magic loop with this cord. I'm going to just be going round and round shortly. In fact, I suspect I could be just going round and round now. What do you think? I could knit with that, right? So, that's how much I've done. Anyway, I'm making progress. I've, in my knitting past, finished projects quite quickly, as you may have noticed. When I was in my knitting prime, I was pretty fast. So I got used to seeing good progress, you know, in a day or two. So only being able to do an inch on a project before I have to stop because my arm aches or because I'm not in the mood anymore is really so different to me than my previous knitting, that having something progress relatively slowly doesn't compute. So I do like it when I'm making some progress. Now this is going to go slower and slower because of course it's getting bigger and bigger. But I'm loving the yarn. Oh, and I think I might have, did I show you this? I think I showed it on the Zoom. This is what I'm using. John Arbon Textiles. Knit by Numbers, double knit. It's 100% pure Falkland wool. And it's number 59. Number 59. If you like that color, it's number 59. I can tell you, I have really been enjoying the yarn. The yarn is gorgeous, lovely, luscious, and really nice to knit with. And it wound really nice. It didn't get tangled. You know? So, oh, I need to put a beginning of row. Oh, I'm right there. Beginning of row. I'm going to need to put a beginning of row. Stitch marker. Although, actually, I could just use the first stitch marker. I have stitch markers to indicate my increases and where my raglan is. And the problem was that this was the beginning of the row right here. And I was supposed to be making a, you know, make one left, make one right, one of those. And it didn't work, so I moved the beginning of the row over by one. But this is how many increases I've had, because I put it here and now it's here. So I could just think of this as the beginning of the row. In fact, I should switch because I only have one colored bulb pin, and that will be beginning of row. So I think I'm gonna change that around. Anyway, you don't have to watch this. So anyway, I'm very happy that I really wanted to knit last night. I really wanted to knit, and that's the thing that made me the happiest. And the knitting, the actual knitting made me happy, and the fact that I really wanted to knit made me happy. And this plan I have to listen to this book and knit for a couple hours every night, and I'll hear the book, and maybe this will be my new, because I find that I have very little interest in, you know, TV. I don't want, you know, I'm not watching, I don't know. So I will see how this goes. But I listened to a book for a couple hours last night. I intend to do the same again tonight. And I was knitting during All Creatures Great and Small as well, that I was watching with Aura. But I've just live on camera switched from magic looping this to knitting in the round, and it won't shock me if I have to add an addition to this cord by the time I'm done, because I intend to make this longer than the pattern calls for, because I want something, I want it to go all the way down to down my arm, and I have 6 skeins of this yarn. Not that I have to use it all, but I did wind it all. Anyway, so it felt like a good day yesterday. Today, Dennis has to go do his glasses thing. Manny is back with his worker, and they're building, at this moment, they're building our gates. We have 3, you know, regular size garden gates, and 1 giant gate that you can drive a truck through that has 2 parts. It opens out like this. And they're building those right now. But the fence is all up, and the wiring is all up, and yeah, the dogs will be able to romp in their yard tonight. We'll be able to open the dog door. That'll be nice. that'll be nice. So that's the big news today. And I knit like a knitter last night. Now I got to stitch like a stitcher. I got to work on my dragon, my temperature dragon. Although Dennis showed me the next 10 days and they're all going to be like the same temperature. It's going to be the most boring panel in the middle of February. Oh well. It'll be okay. It is what it is, right? We have a long streak. So anyway, and I slept pretty well last night. I did not wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and lay there for 2 hours trying to fall asleep. So that was good too. So good start to the day. Bright and sunny always helps me, you know that. And even though it's very windy, oh, it was so windy last night, and it's still windy, and it's cold, 38 degrees. And it's about at its high. It's only supposed to go up to 39. So, and we just took the, walked the dogs in the front yard with their leashes on, so Maisie could pee. Pearl didn't. It was cold out there. It's gonna be a cold walk, but I'm gonna bundle up better. I didn't want to put my hat on. Not that my hair looks so fabulous, but it would look ridiculous after my hat. And I have to wear a hat again. It's like I wear a hat every day. But I had to wear my turtleneck. And I'm so excited to wear my Corey In, which is what the poncho is. I can show you the patterns. Corey In by Amy Palco. Marianne sent me this. Isn't that sweet? But anyway, I'm going to make it longer. It's one of those things you can choose your size, but I'm going to make it, choose your length. It is one size, which I thought was a little weird. Anyway, that's what I'm making, and I'm looking forward to it being done. And I might be putting on my leg warmers today because I have wide bottom pants. I'm not feeling cold now, but before I go on my walk, I might just do that. And be comfy cozy. So there you go. All right, enough of this. And I didn't even tell you my whole dream. It was boring. By the time I got ready to talk about it, it sounded boring even to me. So, but anyway, I was mean. I was so stressed and angry. And there was no yarn in my dream. So there. All right, I'm gonna go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay safe.